Lotok friends, and you are friends. Welcome back to Checking the Future, Season 4, Episode 2. I'm Joshua Hadley, and as always, I'm joined by Lord Justin Belanger of the Principality of Sealand.
Hello, hello. My camera's being weird today. It's not tracking me like it should. But hi, hello. I'm
So,
me.
he's him, and we're reviewing the new Star Trek. We're reviewing last year's Con audio series. We're talking about going to graveyards, and we're gonna talk about how Gopher used to be Snoopy. Then he was well, first he was Mr. Snoopy. I remember that.
Snoopy was first, then Mr. Snoopy for a brief period.
Hmm.
Track
Brief
me, you
period.
freak camera. What are you doing? It's not tracking.
Technology, right?
Yeah, Jackie.
Hmm.
It's not moving. You gotta move.
Yeah, what's it doing?
No, you keep talking about stuff. I'm gonna try to figure this
Oh, I could move my camera like this.
out.
Well, so we're watching the new Star Trek. It's coming out Thursdays. Starfleet Academy. We're reviewing episode 3. Um, Vitus Reflux, and I really enjoyed this episode. I remember the description on Paramount Plus being we got these two competing schools in the same venue, really. Um, and I mean that is strange, but whatever. It's the future. They'll do what they
Yeah,
want, right?
yeah.
Um, and so the idea, as I was saying in the description of on Paramount Plus, is that they're pranking each other,
Mm.
and that's sort of the surface level story here.
Yep.
And like I said, I really enjoyed it, and what I want to say is, I really hope. I know there's a soundtrack on Spotify. I haven't quite gotten to it yet. Like I just found it last night. But I really hope like a lot of these tunes make it on the Spotify or somewhere because they're banging. They're
Yeah.
banging.
Yeah.
Jeff Russo did a good job here.
You know. I enjoyed the episode. Apparently, more more fans on IMDb weren't loving it too much, as has been the case with this show. But I mean, I don't know how many of those are people genuinely disliking it and people just not even watching the show. But I, it was a fun episode. I enjoy fun, and we
He
had a little
enjoys
bit.
fun.
We had a little bit of a follow up with the I don't remember her name, but like the girl that Caleb had his whole situation with in the last episode.
Oh yeah,
Got a
she has a
little,
strange name.
we got a little more. Well, I mean, it's Star Trek. They pretty much all have strain, except Caleb. It's a nice, easy one. Yeah. They played a game that's like a laser tag kind of thing, but more violent. That was
But the
fun.
idea was they wanted to decide who's gonna. That's how they decide to pick teams and decide who's the leader too.
Yeah, yeah. Which and the kind of dickheaded guy, which again can't remember names yet.
The Fishman.
Yeah, that guy. He technically wins by way of being an asshole. Like it's him and the one girl, who like are basically tied. They have to do a tiebreaker, but they keep shooting the
Yeah,
targets at the
Genesis.
yeah. They keep doing the targets at the same time, so like they're tied. But then eventually he says something about her family, and she gets pissed. But then that distracts her, so he's able to win. But by the end of the episode, he relinquishes leadership to her because he realizes, I mean, she's better than him
All
at
right, so the Fishman is Darium, or uh, uh, and like I said, the lady's Genesis,
yeah,
and
Genesis.
as you were saying, they're doing this laser tag battle, and Darium win. Like they're competing for leadership. Darium and Genesis with Stephen Colbert doing the announcing
Mm,
or the scorekeeping rather, and
mm,
Darium gets one up on her because he brings up a family issue. I can't quite remember what it was, but she gets distracted by him and he ends
Yeah.
up winning the game. And I did notice that it was first to 8 points, the
Yeah.
winner, and they got to six. I didn't notice, and then that's when he distracted her so that he could get seven.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of this action. Uh, six. The internet is a place here in time.
And they do another battle, and I really enjoyed um like what was going on. Starfleet was getting its ass kicked, but ultimately they stop doing what Darium wants to do and
Yeah.
start following Genesis in the sort of like not quite. It was a little bit different than the laser tag thing. What the two competing schools when they finally went head to head were doing, and they're a bit naughty,
Bit naughty.
bit naughty. They did it on their own, over like midnight or something, and they got found out.
Yeah.
But their Starfleet was getting its ass kicked. Then they decided to go with what Genesis wanted to do, and they won a battle.
Yeah. She had the smarts there and got him a win for that. And then the teachers interrupt. They're like, "Oh, what the hell? You're all gonna die for this." So yeah. So the other school, which is the school that what's her face is going to now, the love interest of
Oh,
Caleb.
Tar,
Yeah, because
Tamiya,
she decided to go
Tamiya.
there. So yeah, they're like pranking them throughout the episode, and they're trying to get back at him. Helen Hunter, I forgot her character's name.
Well,
She
because it's weird, Alia.
yeah, she keeps like trying
Not no,
to,
Alia.
she
Sorry.
keeps trying to give them hints on how to get back at them, and they keep not noticing the hints because she doesn't want to outright tell them. She wants them to, kind of figure it out for their own, but try to push them in the right way. And eventually it works, and they do some stuff with these weird plants, which felt very Harry Potter to me, like the whole plant
Oh,
situation.
I never thought about that, but
Yeah,
yeah, I can see
um,
it.
I like that. And yeah, so that they ended up winning the school prank war, basically.
Yeah,
And it was a fun time.
absolutely. And I liked the story between Darium and Genesis. With as we talked about earlier, Darium gets leadership by just fooling Genesis and getting one over her, but
Yeah,
Genesis ends up being the captain of the team just because she's the better leader.
yeah.
And Darium had to go through an arc in this episode where he's like, "But what about me?" And then he had to like
Yeah,
figure out like,
he has
"Oh,
the whole backstory with like his parents being very, you know, like he has to be perfect or else they're just not gonna care. One of those kind of situations you get from usually from like rich kids who initially come across as like spoiled and everything, but then you find out the
oh,
parents are incredibly hard on them, and
it's not even rich kids."
yeah, in this case, yeah,
Well, sometimes like in chess, if parents really want their kids to succeed, they'll be upset if they're doing something other than chess. Like how dare you?
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like it happens.
yeah,
But yeah, he had to go through his arc, and he had to realize like Genesis is the real leader here. She has to be the one
yeah,
doing this, and we have to realize that there's people at different meaning making stages in their life, and
yeah.
with Darium, I think I'm saying his name right. I'm trying like I've read it, and that's why I read it.
Yeah.
It makes me think I'm saying Daria or something. But let me see. Durham, Durham, when Durham won the competition to become captain, he threw a huge celebration, and he had the team like carry him on a chair,
Yeah.
like a huge celebration for him. Like I thought it was so funny doing such a thing for Star Trek when really like we said before, he won the position because he was being sneaky
Yeah.
and being a bit. Degen
Mm,
himself. And yeah, I didn't, I appreciate the arc that he had just in this episode.
yeah,
Maybe they could have put a lot more. Maybe it's something that's gonna come up again. Just
yeah.
because he did the right thing ultimately doesn't mean like
It doesn't
he's
mean
always gonna do that.
yeah, like he's probably gonna be a little shit still sometimes. Yeah.
And maybe he'll be that for the rest of his life. You know,
Mm,
some people are that way.
true. True.
Like, so yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I you know, so far we're on episode 3. I feel like it's been getting better and
Yeah.
better as we move along into the series. Maybe it won't always do that. We still got another 7 episodes to go, but yeah, the haters, they're just being nerds. Like we're 1,000 years into the future. Who's to say that anything's gonna be,
Mm,
things aren't gonna change, especially in the canon itself, which has changed anyway all the
mm.
time. I mean, I did appreciate though that I knowing that in 1,000 years we're still gonna have basketball.
True. True. I get like one complaint I see is people saying that the show doesn't feel like a Star Trek show. It feels more like a teenage comedy, like college comedy kind of thing. But like part of the reason why I've grown to like Star Trek so much is because it feels like they can do a lot of different genres. You know, like they don't have to stick to one. Obviously, they're all sci-fi overall, but
Yeah,
like there's a lot of subgenres that they go through and a bunch of different stuff, and it works in many different ways. You know, I don't really think it's not an issue with the quality of the show just because you have a personal preference for a different type of Star Trek show. You know?
it. I feel like some of the backlash too is this is not made for people our age. Really, I mean, I can enjoy anything
Yeah,
if it's good quality.
yeah,
Um, but it seems like it's made for a younger audience too.
mm,
Maybe that's an issue for some people, but hey, like
yeah.
they're making shows and
True.
it's not
And
always
of
gonna be
course,
for you
and of course there are the people who are just like, it's too woke. We have
too.
overweight women. I don't like that. We have minorities. I'm not a fan of that. Those type of fucking people. Which those are the ones who are doing most of the review bombing, like the ones who aren't actually watching the show and are just, you know.
And like we said before, for whatever reason, Scotty could be fat. Like I don't know how Scotty is different from these ladies, or
It's like that.
he's some Scott
Yeah,
guy, and
it's like
they're
that in
they're
like with these people. It's like that for like video games and everything too, where it's like the female character has got to be their specific interpretation of hot, but then like any guy you play as can be anything. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's ridiculous. I'm talking about that ridiculous. I need some a pick me up, dude.
No, I could
I'm
use some
sorry,
as
like,
well. Maybe
and
a little
so
bit of dubby here, backwards
W
dubby.
made they made a huge announcement.
Oh,
They were gonna take it away, but they're not after the backlash.
mm.
S'mores.
Oh, they're keeping s'mores.
Yeah, they're
Oh
keeping
hell yeah!
s'mores.
I gotta try some
So
of that in the future.
I'm not using water because,
Yeah, they
as it
suggest
says,
milk for the
with
s'mores
milk.
one.
I got some.
I use some almond
So
milk if I try that at some point, but for now I have a little scoop there. Put that in there of my Japanese soda flavor, which Moose was correct. It's a very good flavor.
absolutely, uh, but scoop in one scoop. If there's a lot of B12, so um, they do suggest if you haven't tried this sort of drink before, maybe just do half a scoop.
Yeah, yeah. I've been doing a full scoop since I got it though, but I drink a lot of energy drinks. So
So his
mm,
use of it, like,
yeah, again
do a little
he's doing his shaking. I'm
shaking
doing my
afterwards.
stirred. Moose is the bond here.
This is a great flavor too.
Mm. And there's my Japanese soda flavored dubby, and the link there in the chat if you're watching on Twitch, and if you're in watching on YouTube, down in the description, you click that link. It applies the promo code Gopher Tuck, which you can also apply yourself. You go in the promo section, and you get 10% off if you W
Go
order
for
on
tuck,
W.GG.
not go for and tuck. Go for tuck.
Yeah, they didn't let us put the and there for some reason, so it's just go for Tuck. But 10% off regardless.
Not even the N%.
True, true. I think that's the issue because our name has an ampersand instead of just the word and I guess they can't have like special characters like that in the codes.
Man, well, at least Stubby's not gone woke. I'm kidding. Like, they haven't raised their prices during the
That's
all
true.
the tariff.
A lot
I
of places
appreciate
have
that.
raised their prices. Now Dubby.
And like Gopher said, you can save. Just use the link in the description, or just use Gopher Tuck. Save 10%, and I really enjoy it.
It's good. Good stuff.
And I believe there's no sugars used in these drinks, other than like I mean they get their
Yeah.
coffee from fruit extract.
Yeah.
It's healthier than drinking a monster or urine. You know,
I
however,
mean,
you get off.
depends who's urine, but
Mm. Yeah. So we're also reviewing a newer Star Trek that we sort of I don't know how to phrase this that we slept on last year.
Mm.
Ah,
Um,
well, where is he? Oh, he fell over. He's up there though.
hey.
Let me grab him. So we're listening to the audio series. There he is. So
There he is.
like how he's doing this.
Yeah, there you go. God.
We're listening to the audio series. I'm listening on Spotify. I listened to it twice this week.
Mm,
So the idea of this show is there's a historian. Um, I think obviously into the future because Kirk had just died. Well, I mean into our future,
yeah.
but in terms of Star Trek Academy, like almost like 1,000 years into a past, not quite that.
Mm.
it's it's a timeline, you know. Um, so this historian wants to study Khan and
Yep.
figure out like what happened on
Mm,
City Alpha 5.
mm,
She goes to like my frame of reference is like it's like a Senate committee meeting
mm,
hearing. Um, she upsets George Sakai, um,
mm.
Tulu, trying to
Oh
say,
my.
oh my, like like what if Kirk wanted to have Kong just be ruined? And
Mm,
yeah, he was upset by that, but they all decided to take the Excelsior, his
mm,
starship. He's the captain in this show
mm,
to City Alpha 5 and look for evidence of these tapes that she had a couple of, and she finds them. And what I really appreciate, I gotta say, is in Starfleet Academy we get the Doctor from Voyager, which is what I've been watching on my own.
yeah.
And in this show we get Tuvok when he's the ensign. So I very much like it. I mean, I know Tuvok isn't a beloved character or something, but
Mm,
I still like. There's one of those things that I recognize from the show.
mm,
But she finds tapes, and it's. I don't think we really necessarily listen to the tapes as much as like we're just taken even further back. I say into our future, their past, even further back in the past for Starfleet Academy.
mm,
That we get to listen to what happened there on City Alpha 5. Khan, it's after I don't know if you've seen the original series, maybe other than an episode or two.
Not yet. No, just the movie. Well, two of the movies.
Yeah, you seen Wrath of Khan, so you know this guy.
Yeah,
When you,
God.
uh,
Love Wrath of Khan,
so
actually. Really good movie.
absolutely. And so it's just after the original series episode Space Seed, where they're on City Alpha 5,
Yeah.
and he's like trying to rebuild his society that um was kicked out of on Earth. Well, not well, they escaped Earth. Like imagine the Earth people wanted them to stay and put them on trial, or Muammar Gaddafi them, you know,
Mm.
or maybe they would look Napoleon and exile him to an island.
Yeah.
But we're on City Alpha 5 with and there's some descent from a guy named Hugo, and our
Mm.
man Ivan he takes care of him.
Mm. Mm.
It sounds like he threw him off a cliff. Actually, I remember now they were surveying the cliff for see what kind of rocks they had there to
Mm.
build. Khan's a great
Mm.
coliseum. Like, Khan, what I really enjoyed about this, and the actor, what was his name who played Khan? Like, let me
I
see.
don't remember.
Like he did Fantasy Island.
Mm.
Um, Ricardo
Montalban.
Montalban.
Montalban,
Montalban.
yes.
Yeah, he. I remember when he. Um, I didn't hear an interview or something, but I heard someone describe how he wanted to play Khan, and
Yeah.
no, I think I did watch an interview, and he mentioned when he was getting back into the character, he played him in a way that he never thought of himself
Mm.
as a villain. Yeah, I do
Mm.
remember this now. Like,
Hold on. Ricardo Gonzalo Pedro Montalban e Marino.
oh wow,
That was the full name.
wasn't it? Reminds me of my name. My full name's Joshua Jens Buffakin Eglich McNally Sherman Hadley. Not in like not the same style of name, just very long. I have to write that down when I do paperwork for the federal government. um, but yeah, I enjoyed this because I Khan doesn't isn't trying to be evil or
Yeah.
maniacal. Like he's doing things like stopping fights or he's trying to build up his empire. I mean, which I find ridiculous because there's just the tens of people, but he's had this idea in his head that he's gonna do this big thing,
Mm.
and I think that's part of the problem, honestly.
Mm.
Um, and we'll talk about this later on when we get to the philosophical section of the show, but
Yeah.
it seems to be a problem where people want to do these big things, but they don't have the resources or the ability. Even that brings me back to the episode we are watching. Durham wanted to be captain. He wanted
Yeah.
to lead Starfleet into kicking the other school's ass, but
Didn't work
this was
out.
not in his capacity.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just have to realize that and switch gears. And some people can't.
True.
And like I said, we'll get into that later on. But I enjoyed this. I listened to it twice. When I was shoveling snow uh last weekend, and when I was walking puppy, I decided to give it another listen, and I'm grateful I did because I did spark some memories
Mm.
there. So I could like what you sort of do with the TV show, get fresh in your mind, and
Yeah.
I think it is helpful. And it's like it is a harder medium to get into, kind of just because um like when I was shoveling, like I just had my dog outside, and someone was walking like to their house, and he decided to go bark at him. Come on, like so like it was helpful listening to it twice because I got distracted. I was like, come on, dude, come on, man. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to episode two. And I'm wondering what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen to Ivan because he just murdered Hugo. Honest. I think I'll say I think that's where the cliffhanger should have been. Though, like the real cliffhanger was like, the historian lady was told by Tuvok, "You got 5 days to do your work." Like she's being ridiculous. Instead, I gotta be here for months. Come on. Some people are like that though. Like they make ridiculous command or demands or asks and like how is this like crew this starship with a crew of 100 people just gonna hang out at City Alpha 5 with like for months just to get these tapes?
Still trying to fix my webcam. Dang on. Oh, wait. We might be
Like,
good.
like, like,
There we go.
we're
Now,
good.
now it's doing the full turn. It's also fucking hot. I don't know what's going on. It's like very.
Yeah,
Oh, and now it's
I
going.
thought,
Let me just fix that.
damn. Well, anyway, while he's working on that,
Yeah.
enjoyed the episode. Looking forward to episode two of Khan. Um,
God.
oh, was working on that. I just want to mention that Manilek is putting
I'm
on
back.
a diabetes pill clinic at the end of February. Um,
Hey.
hey, it's gonna be February Monday the 23rd
Right, this is the
through
thing you were talking about where you gotta have diabetes to be involved.
yeah, it's a diabetes pill clinic. It's gonna be February Monday the 23rd through Thursday the 26th. If you have diabetes and you're in the region, um, give us a call at 907-442-7544 and we can schedule labs. We want you to get labs done before we schedule you.
Yep.
And after you
No,
get labs done,
no
call us
eating
again. And
prior to that.
so part of doing these labs, and there's different labs. The ones we want is just an overnight eat. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, you don't eat overnight.
Yeah,
If I can
yeah,
speak correctly.
yeah.
So it's an overnight fast. And hey, sometimes that's difficult to me, but I appreciate people going through the process to get it done. And if
Mm,
you're in Kotzebue, it's very easy to do. If you're in the villages, it's a little bit more of a headache on your part just because you have to schedule the labs. But
mm,
it's very, this is all about people's health, and it's
yeah,
very important.
yeah.
Um,
What?
yeah,
So I never actually like figured. What does eating do in regards to like? Does it just mess up the results, or like what happens with that?
yeah, it does mess up the results.
Mm,
Like it'll probably like make your A1Cs higher than they
okay.
really are.
Okay.
Um, and A1C is just how much bl- it's a when we measure your A1C, it measures how much sugar is in your blood.
Yeah.
Um, and I imagine it'll be bad if like you could probably scare people like why is the A1C so high? Like what's going on? And like part of uh you know, with diabetes, with what I'm learning, like taking drugs can be necessary and they're a tool that can be helpful, but what can really help people is just having a good diet and
Mm,
exercise.
yeah. Yeah.
So walk your ass to to the clinic and get labs done.
Something I'm trying to work on here. With the exercise, I got. I don't know if you can see it. It's. Oh wait, let me. If I move my head this way, then I quickly move back. See behind me over there, the little not a treadmill, walking pad technically, but and some weights. See back there. So get over there.
I appreciate
I'm trying to...
I appreciate a walk you did yesterday, and this is what I
Yes.
want to get into now.
Yes.
So we're doing a challenge.
Yes.
They're doing challenges in Starfleet Academy, so I thought it'd be cool if we joined in.
Yeah, first week we did the sleeping on the ground, which I did for a nap. But this week it was visiting a graveyard.
So I got the card here. Embrace memento mori. Go visit a
Go
cemetery.
visit a cemetery, take pictures, and Moose and I took some pictures. I went for a walk yesterday. There's a cemetery about a mile away, so I went for a walk to that in the rain. It was raining. It wasn't snowing. It did snow a little today. Like if I look outside, there's a little bit of snow today, but it was
Oh no.
raining about 35 ish degrees for the feels like weather. But I went there, took some pictures, and had a nice walk. I do like walking in the rain. I'm a fan of walking in the rain. And those pictures are in the Gopher and Tuck Discord server, along with the one that Moose took from his visit to a
Rain
cemetery.
used to really upset me, and it's just I worked in Red Dog for so
Mm,
long, and like in that job, it was like it's partly ridiculous, and maybe there's things we could have done, but I had to take a marker and write on a plastic box or even like any box. It's frustrating, and like
mm,
I was like, it's really raining right now, like. But now I think recently I've just finally gotten on that mindset where I don't mind it
yeah,
like anymore. And we need rain.
yeah,
And so I'll read off this card. And I'll talk about my experience.
yeah,
Let's see, get closer to mortality rather,
yeah.
not to create panic, but to
Mm,
create priority,
mm,
humility, urgency, and appreciation for life. To make living your life right now a real priority by surrounding yourself with physical markers of the finiteness of life in general. And here's a little quote from Emperor Marcus Aurelius. No, not to live as if you had endless years ahead of you. Death overshadows you while you're alive and able be good. And my we got several graveyards here that aren't very far away, and I pass by every day walking my dog.
yeah.
Um, to do this challenge, I thought about like just saying, well, I go by it anyway. Like I
Yeah.
figured, um, Martin Luther King Day, like I was off work, so I went there during the daytime and took a look.
Do you know what the
I've
name is of the cemetery you visited?
It doesn't have a name.
Oh.
It belongs to the Catholic Church.
Mm.
Um,
Mine was the Tate Cemetery Association.
yeah, and what I I didn't. Uh, so I did this challenge for the Daily Stoics New Year challenge, and I really enjoyed doing it for this challenge more just because it was warmer. Like it wasn't the wind chill wasn't -40 or so.
Yeah.
But doing it like a couple weeks ago and doing it this last week, um, it allowed me to visit a different part of the grave. Um, I didn't go trek into the snow like I did last time.
Star Trekking.
Start trekking. But yeah, this time was more snow between the graves, and for some like if you go on Gopher and Tuck's generically named Discord server,
Yeah.
you can see that some of the names are covered with snow, so it's harder to read. But I did go through a different part, and yeah, I like last time I did it. It catches me off guard when I see my friend, like Frank Grave, and seeing how young he died
Mm.
in there. Um, like I see some of my friends and family in there, and I, to talk about this, like we did the Top of the World podcast, like right after my brother died, like
Yeah. I remember.
um it sure put me through an existential crisis. And You know, part of why we do this challenge is just to remember, um, we're not gonna be here forever,
Yeah.
and there's stuff that we need to do. Well, we get to do
Get
before,
to do.
we're in the dirt,
Yeah.
or hopefully in the dirt. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll be put in a mass grave or something.
I've always said like I don't want my death to be expensive, so you could just like toss me in a dumpster. That'd be fine.
Mm,
Pretty cheap.
yeah, I don't know. We could figure out something more fun than that. Like,
Use my body as a sled.
there we go. But I did mention that if we go to Discord and we read the community's posts, that they get a Gopher and Tuck mug, which is the one where your Tuck and Gopher's on your shoulder. So I'm just going to the Discord server, and our pal Siren here, he when we posted about this challenge, he shared a T-shirt that he got by
Yeah. Memento Mori.
uh yeah, Anus fan, or
uh, Anus. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's the Markiplier and Ethan channel they did for a year, where the whole concept of the channel was Memento Mori. It was the fact that they weren't going to be there forever, and so they ended up. The idea was they would do a year of this channel and then just delete the entire thing at the end. All of it's gone.
I appreciate that you knew more about this than I did. Like, we really like they did this thing. And it's a very interesting concept for the channel.
Yeah, yeah,
You Someone's got the media recorded, I believe, but the fact that they even bothered to do that because this challenge happened, and now
yeah,
it's gone. Like
yeah.
and that's something very much we have to consider as we live our lives, and I appreciate that we did this. So we will give him a mug. He didn't quite go to a cemetery, but he did talk about the concept,
Yeah,
which
Memento
I really
Mori.
appreciate.
Yeah,
It's a it's a cool shirt
it
that he's
is.
got.
It was a nice shirt.
Join the Gopher and Tuck Discord server. Look at how wet Gopher got when he visited the
I think it pretty
cemetery.
wet. I was wetter than the pictures look. I was because like it just looks like my hair is just kind of straight-ish there, but like it was all like puffed out and everything before I went for the walk. So yeah, I was in fact pretty wet. But again, I like walking in the rain, so it was fun.
Hell yeah! And go back to Star Trek. Like part of like Memento Mori is just remembering that, and the card went into this is like not everything lasts forever, and I feel like Khan just couldn't get past that. Like,
Yeah.
right. And yeah, I feel like that's part of what led to his own downfall.
Mm.
Um. Anyway, anyway, next week
Yeah. See what our challenge is for next week.
it is go on a 24-hour phone diet. My favorite challenge.
Ooh, so no phone for 24 hours.
Yep. So
Okay.
leave your phone at home, lock it in the glove box of your car, leave it at work, and go 2 days without it if you feel brave.
If you
See what
feel
life
it.
is like. See what life is like, untethered, unfiltered, free from likes and shares and notifications. They all come with a cost, a cascade of cortisol frying our brains and distorting our perceptions of the world. And we have a quote from Seneca: "Nothing is better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time on in his own company."
Mm. I'm gonna have so many texts from my sister the day after.
Yeah.
So many.
My mom's got upset at me just because when I do this and like, you're like trying to get a hold of me, but how often is these messages or these calls like urgent
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
emergencies rather?
Yeah. Not often.
Um, And talking about COD, I mentioned Napoleon earlier. He would make it so that didn't get any letter until 2 weeks after it was written. It's like just hoping like things would just figure figure it out by itself, without his intervention.
Yeah.
And part of it is just not us being so available, and especially in today's world where
Mm.
with the technology, it's like we're sort of like available to people 24/7.
Yeah.
I would get calls like at 3 in the morning before I learned to put my phone on do not disturb for like several times. It's like by someone asking me if I had weed when I didn't do that. Like, are you kidding?
So 24 hours, no phone.
Yeah,
I can do
a
that.
phone
I can do,
diet.
I can do that.
I'll probably do it next Saturday. That's typically when I do these. Well, it's when I like to do these challenges, but maybe I'll decide, maybe Wednesday's the day. I'll see. I'll get um it's for a day, a 24-hour. That's a challenge. And like the card said, feel free to do it longer.
Yeah.
Anyway, what talk about challenges. Can you tell, I'm kidding. Can you tell us what's happening with Gopher and Tuck?
All right. So schools eat. Don't start playing video. Okay. So on Gopher and
Oh
Tuck.
shit.
Tap that. There we go. Had to pause that video there. Let's see here. So I believe today the quote unquote finale of the Trine 5 series with Rob is going up, or has gone up, has gone up. It'll go up some about an hour and a half today. Uh, I say quote unquote finale because we kind of just quit because Rob was not having a great time with the game, and it's a lot longer than the previous games in the series, as we found out. Like during this episode, I checked to see like how much more of the game we had to go because it felt like we had to be getting near the end. We were not halfway through at that point. So Rob's like, please, can we just not? So, but we are gonna be having him back on the channel at some point soon with something else. Don't know what, but with something else. But in the meantime, there's 30 episodes of Trine 5 out there if anyone wants to watch. So that's good old stuff there. We got the Pokemon Yellow randomized Nuzlocke currently going back to the first gen with that one. Fun little thumbnail. The
Yeah,
thumbnail is has me and Tuck drawn as the characters we were originally based on by Ian when he made the channel art for us. I was based on Pikachu. Tuck was based on Gary. So now we have Tuck drawn as Gary and me drawn wearing a little Pikachu outfit. Uh, Fat Pikachu as well because it's first gen, so that had to go to Fat Pikachu.
absolutely.
Let's see, we got the Wu Chang Fallen Feathers series still going, and that one's getting uploaded as they go for Sans Tuck thing. And so, with today being the Trine 5 quote unquote finale, tomorrow is the start of New Super Mario Sunshine, which is a real game that exists. It is not us playing Super Mario Galaxy 2. So that'll be tomorrow, getting started. We also recently started recording what might end up being the longest series in channel history. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door took that spot recently, but might be getting beaten pretty quickly because we started a game. Brandon's playing it called Wrestle Quest, which is a wrestling RPG where it's like the characters are like action figures and toys and stuff. Uh,
Ah,
and it has a lot of like cameos. It's there's no voice acting in the game, but like it has like a lot of YouTubers are there, and it'll show like their face and their name, and you can talk to them.
I
Um,
was hoping you have Tommy Rich.
does have I think some wrestlers as well. The main character is like uh, the main inspiration is Macho Man, so that's something.
Oh yeah.
Also, they had Gerard the Completionist, but his name in the game is Joe. and we saw him. I saw the name Joe, and I recognized his face. But because the name said Joe, I was like, "Is that Angry Joe? Is that supposed to be Angry Joe?" And then, like a minute later, we find Angry Joe in the game, and so I'm like, "Wait, so
Huh.
who the hell was this last guy?" We go back, and then I realize it's supposed to be Gerard the Completionist. I'm assuming they changed his name after the whole charity fraud situation happened. So
Mm.
that's probably what happened there. But yeah, so WrestleQuest will be going up soon as well. Uh, Gopher Son Suck at the Wu Chang, having fun with that. Madden Mondays are still going with TJ. Obviously, this podcast. Boom. We
Yep.
got Gopher After Dark with Moose as well. And yeah, a lot of content. Uploading 3 videos a day, with the occasional fourth video in the form of the Madden Mondays, this, Gopher After Dark, all that such, and so plenty of content. Plenty of content. You're not gonna run out of content here on Gopher and Tuck as we make our way to 6,000 videos.
Plus, like, what you should do is like go to Gopher and say, "Get out of my head, Gopher," to his house.
True.
Do it.
True.
He is a little man up
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I do use weird brain wave technology to try to turn people gay. So my fault. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, they call it the internet. Anyway, um, talking about Gopher and Tuck, you're like the leader of Gopher and Tuck, right?
Yes, I created the channel. Initially, it was just me, but then we brought Tuck along, and we're
Well, I mean,
partners.
even going deeper than that, you're the one who like set up the whole apparatus of like communications to beam yourself into people's heads, right?
True, true. Yes, yes.
I
Handled
mean,
the
I thought the
editing and
whole thing,
all such.
yeah. And so, why want to transition to
Yeah.
is virtue and leadership.
Hmm.
We sort of talked about it in both the Star Trek pieces of media that we've seen.
Yeah.
And yeah, Durham, like he ends up becoming leader, but he does it in like a sneaky bad
Mm,
way.
mm,
Um, and thankfully Genesis was able to get over that. She was able, but otherwise, who knows what will happen to Starfleet
mm,
Academy? They will continue been pranked
true.
again and again. And I just want to get into this topic because you know studying Nietzsche, and maybe I'll find out this is wrong getting deeper into him, but
Yeah.
his critique of capitalism is that it's an economic system that is driven by desire, and it hasn't created great leaders for us. Like we quoted Marcus Aurelius when we talked about memento mori, and he was chosen because he liked to study and he was honest by the Roman emperor,
Mm,
and the Roman emperor adopted him and his father too, because his father he decided he'd be the next emperor because he helped an old man down the stairs.
mm,
Like, that's how they choose
mm,
leaders
mm.
back in the Roman Empire. Um, Today we just sort of we look at business success, and I'm not saying that being able to keep a business afloat is bad per se. In fact, it's a lot of work and heartache.
I mean, you say
But
that, but the president is someone who has bankrupted quite a few businesses.
well, he's bankrupted them, but he's stayed afloat. That's
Mm,
actually exactly who I was thinking of when I was saying that.
yeah. Mm,
And he's bankrupted businesses. But he kept chugging along, and he's still here, and that's
true.
success. But really, is that what we're looking for in a leader? Like,
Mm,
I don't think so. And I think about people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. I mean, they're all great business people, but really, like, what's driving them in this economic system we have now? I feel like we're not really picking the best leaders, but honestly, like when I say pick, like that's who we're given to choose from, and these are the people who get to go to the top. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm not saying democracy is bad. It's just we don't have a real democracy. Like more people didn't vote than voted for Trump, but we're more than happy to say, well, we won the democratic process. Like I don't
And
think
then,
so.
I mean,
Not
that's
really.
it without even getting into the electoral college situation.
Yeah, like he shouldn't have even been in the first time, but because we have this process, which I'm sorry, guys, it was made to keep slavery around. That's a lot of why the federal government kept in was kept in check by the states. Not
Mm,
like I appreciate in the Constitution when in the way it keeps the federal government in check for the people, but ways that kept in check from other governments, like what? Like, yeah, sorry, I'm not a big fan of slavery. It's like it's not cool.
I wish.
I'm sorry this podcast has gone woke all of a sudden.
I also wish we would, like, as a country, adopt the whole rank choice system. I think that's a lot better than what we have right now.
Well, we have it.
Yeah, you have
We
it.
could
I'd say, like, the
have it
country
more.
as a whole having it would be great.
Since I have it, where I want to go to is mandatory voting, and part of that will be on the ballot having none of the above. And if none of the above wins, there's a whole new election with new candidates,
Yeah, there you go.
like they do in Australia.
You know,
What? Like, why should people not be made to vote?
true.
Sorry, it's like I'm doing jury duty right now, and that's part of democracy. The court system and our justice system. I have to go there and do my civic duty. Why is voting not considered part of that? If going to jury duty is something I have to do legally, why is voting like
Yeah,
sort of like separate from
yeah.
that?
It's like
Why?
you can just vote if you want. Like, that's an issue. I mean, when more people are abstaining from voting than actually voting for the person who ended up winning, like, that's an issue. It's a really
And
big issue. We need more people voting.
the fix, like I said, is to like if there's not a candidate they want on the ballot, like I don't want to send people to make a choice they don't want to do, and that does happen in jury duty. So, but I feel like it will be easier if you have none of the above on the ballot,
Yeah,
and if none of the vote, like I said, if it wins, there's a new election. Like, and other countries have done it, and they get along just fine.
true. Australia, they got big ass animals all over the place, but they're still struggling along.
I saw a kangaroo, and man, it was like jacked. See, that's what we need in America.
They straight up just fight kangaroos over there, you know?
But yeah, virtue and leadership is something that we really are missing. I feel like that's the reason someone who really loves Trump is a Trumper, was a Trumper. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he asked, "Why don't I run for office?" And that's when I didn't see myself in that capacity, but like yeah, I could do that. Like why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, deleted like I appreciate your virtue and leadership by stopping these spammers.
Yeah, get out of here, Ricadro6_6 with your
Yeah, we did.
viewers, streamboo.com at UWCMZM96.
Gopher's censoring it for the listening audience. Like what he was really saying was that he had British Smurf drawings that he wanted to share with class and like come
I
on man.
thought you were gonna say like he was holding Burger Smurf hostage.
Well, I
I
mean,
deleted the evidence so no one knows so Burner Smurf can continue to be held hostage.
that'd be hard to hold him hostage. He's so small. Like
It's
Smurfs
true.
are small. Like I guess like
Yeah,
maybe you
so
could get a jar and like
mm,
poke some holes in the wood.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they're keeping in the Mario movie. They got Bowser, little tiny Bowser, kept in a thing like that. You know. So there you
Yeah, that's true.
go.
That's true.
Take a lesson from Chris Pratt.
Take a lesson. And that's well something we're missing too is people willing to learn and like overcome themselves. And talking about overcoming yourself, that's not even a transition. Anyway, this is a fun episode of Checking
Yeah,
the Future. Um, we don't know what's gonna be the next episode of Starfleet Academy. They're keeping that secret from
yeah. We can
Gopher.
see the episode title, maybe, possibly. Yes, Vox in Excelsior
Hmm.
is the name of the upcoming episode. So we know that we know Holly Hunter's gonna be there. The voice of Stephen Colbert is gonna be there, and whichever one is Britt Marling. I don't know which person is that. That's this lady. So who's
Hmm.
I don't which character is she? Who's the character that she plays computer apparently. I don't know who computer is in this, but
Oh,
she's gonna be in the
I
episode.
forget. Like I saw who was playing the computer, and I forgot.
Well, she'll be there along with Holly Hunter and the voice of Stephen
Yeah,
Colbert in Vox in Excelsior.
maybe we'll
So
get Becky Lynch.
maybe yeah, keep forgetting she's gonna be in an episode at some point in time. Looking forward to that. I like me some
Maybe
Rebecca
Gain.
Quinn.
You might be keeping a secret, and you're gonna end up in the episode.
Yeah, I mean, if I was keeping a secret, I would have to continue keeping a secret. I can neither confirm nor deny. You know.
Mm.
So,
And next week for Khan, we're listening to Skez or Azad. Like I don't know what that means.
Gun,
Khan.
gun.
And we got next week's challenge, and
Yeah,
I
no
forgot to mention
phone diets for 24 hours.
if
I don't know
anyone
why.
part
I just like held up 5 fingers when I said 24 hours. It's not. I don't know. There you go. Yeah, there you go. It's there.
and I forgot to mention if you participate in that, you will also get Gopher merch. We'll decide on something,
Gopher
but
and Tuck merch.
yeah,
Whichever
or
which.
Juck merch. I saw there's some of that
Yeah,
going on.
there is a Juck sticker on there, so yeah.
If it's Rob again, like we won't send another mug. It'll be something different. But if anyone else does it, it'll be a mug.
There you go.
Um,
Yeah, so if you're a repeat winner, you can get different merch. Look at that.
yeah, yeah, we will do that. We'll do it that way. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in with us. Live long and prosper, and brush your teeth.
Yes, live long, prosper, brush your teeth, and go on a 24-hour phone diet. And we will see you all
Yeah,
next week. Let us know if you do that in the Discord. Get a chance to win a mug or something else if you are Roberto. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Love you, bye.